After our recent acquisition, we got a huge boost to HAPO's commercial services team. We brought in the top two dogs for that squad to talk a little bit more about the services they're going to be offering to the community at large. Let's take a look. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dollars and Cents, HAPO Community Credit Union's Financial Literacy Podcast. Today, we are following along with our previous episode talking about acquisition and expansion, and we have with us Matt Backlund, the Chief Commercial Officer, joining HAPO from the former Community First Bank, as well as Bobby Gale, the Vice President of Commercial Services here at HAPO. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good
to see you.
So in our last episode, the people listening might remember, we had a conversation with Eric and Scott, and one of the major topics that we chatted about was the synergies between the two entities coming together. One of those major synergies being the expansion to HAPO's commercial services offerings. And today, I'd like to chat with you guys about what exactly that means. We touched on it very lightly in our last episode, so let's dive in. What is it that we're bringing to the table for HAPO membership to start with? So what can the existing HAPO commercial membership look forward to having added into their features and services?
Yeah, I'll jump in. The thing that Community First Bank had was a bit of a more robust overall commercial services platform. HAPO had been doing commercial services really well for the last few years, but Community First had been doing it a little bit longer. So its products and its features and services were a little more mature than HAPO's. And so that's one of the things we're excited to bring to the new membership is some of the products and services that Community First Bank had already built out, and we can kind of plug and play into HAPO, and the HAPO members can take advantage of those. Some of those things specifically are around treasury management and treasury services, some positive pay items. So there's just more things that we'll be able to offer our more complex commercial services members that will enhance their experience within their online banking platform. We're also going to be bringing over some additional SBA lending products, some different types of commercial industrial lines of credit. We'll be bringing ag lending over to the HAPO membership. So really, HAPO had a wonderful foundation of commercial services, and we're just going to take that and we're just going to improve upon it on some of the things that we can bring from Community First.
Bobby, I know that you were involved in setting up the foundation for a lot of those commercial services that we had available before this is coming on. Are you excited with the expansion that's coming to all these additional pieces to build on top of that foundation that you helped create?
Absolutely. A lot of what we built was real estate related. And it's been, on my mind and on my heart to expand into more C&I stuff. Community First Bank brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise in that area. And I just think it is super exciting to pursue that and to pursue businesses that have more sophisticated deposit needs, like Matt mentioned, treasury services needs. And it just opens up a huge market of opportunity for us to pursue those different lines.
Right on. Now, we're talking about adding those things to existing HAPO members, but we're also bringing over the clientele from Community First Bank. Are they going to be receiving the same level of service that they had at Community First? Can they be looking forward to additional items?
So the expectation is they'll be able to receive the same level of commercial services that they've experienced at Community First Bank. What they're going to have the added benefit of is the additional locations, right? Community First Bank had 5 locations, 4 in the Tri-Cities and then 1 in Connell, but HAPO has a much larger footprint. So those commercial members will be able to utilize HAPO locations outside of just the greater Tri-Cities area. Additionally, HAPO has a much more built out consumer platform. Mm-hmm. Community First Bank was more of a commercial bank and did very, very minimal on the consumer lending front. We offered the services, but it wasn't our specialty. HAPO absolutely kills it in that arena. And so we'll be able to offer an expanded consumer platform to our commercial services customers that'll be migrating over.
Excellent. So I know when we first started this out, you listed off a whirlwind of services, positive pay, SBA. Let's dive into a couple of those things and get a bit of a description for people. What are some of the items that you are most excited about offering out to membership?
The positive pay is a fraud prevention tool.
Okay.
That will really safeguard our members' transactions, and essentially they have to approve check items or ACH items that present themselves to just verify and validate that yes, those in fact were items that are requested for being paid, and we haven't had that service to date, and I think that will be great functionality to add to our existing membership. And continue that functionality with the CFB crew.
I know part of my conversation with Scott during our last episode was about one of the primary features of a credit union is to, one, secure the finances of our membership. So it sounds like that positive pay is right in that alley on the technology front of making sure that members' money is safe and secure, isn't getting paid out at random because some fraudster somewhere around the globe decided to make an attempt at that, which, as far as small businesses are concerned, could be like a catastrophic moment for them.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's our goal that we'll bring all of the services from a treasury perspective under the single pane of glass of the online banking platform. So they'll be able to utilize all of the services that HAPO offers, whether it's remote deposit capture, so check scanning, ACH positive pay, check positive pay that Bobby spoke about briefly, initiating their own wires. We want our members to be able to go to a single point and be able to do all of their banking and all of their money movement under one umbrella.
That makes a lot of sense. I can't imagine needing to go to multiple different interfaces as a business owner. Prior to coming on with HAPO, I was self-employed and actually was a Community First Bank member on the commercial side. I was not the size of a client that anybody would have noticed. But I did appreciate the usage of those things. If I had to go into multiple systems to manage all different accounts and to accomplish different things, I had enough to do as a business owner doing my work, let alone running around managing everything.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's our goal. It's aspirational for our members to have the most efficient system to work within. And conversely, we want to provide our relationship managers and our commercial services team the most efficient place to work within as well, as we want them to be able to deliver services in an efficient way so our members can deploy those services in an efficient way.
So you mentioned relationship managers. What can the membership expect from those individuals?
Yeah, I mean, I think a relationship manager is, there's a couple of different terms. Commercial loan officer, relationship manager is what we call them.
At Community First, sorry to interject, so Community First people, or if they had otherwise heard the term, they were referred to as business bankers as well.
Okay. Yep. So I think just high-end service, financial sophistication, just assistance with structuring, their capital needs and investment needs, and as far as like real estate investments or just equipment, anything like that, and just to be their primary go-to person at the organization to assist them with their banking needs.
So that's your first line of contact, almost personal service. I've got my relationship manager. I'm going to go to them when I have a question about my banking needs. I'm looking forward to making an expansion in my business. I've got a food truck. I'm looking at maybe adding a second fryer or something along those lines. I'm looking for equipment. But I need to figure out what my finances are going to be. That's going to be the person I'm going to go talk to first.
Yeah, your relationship manager should be part of the business owner's professional services team, right? They should be as important as a CPA, an insurance agent, an attorney, a financial advisor. The relationship manager will be the person that helps them structure what their financing needs are currently and going forward. They'll help them structure what their deposit account needs look like, how they support them moving money in and out of their business, providing efficiency around accounts receivable and accounts payable. And so the relationship manager is really not an order taker. There's somebody that's part of the team. There's somebody that's going to be there side by side with the person, helping them develop 1, 3, 5-year plans for growth.
I was going to say, these are the type of things that I didn't need necessarily, or maybe I did need them, and that's why I'm actually not running my own business anymore. But it sounds like the type of more of a partnership than a customer-client type of a scenario.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what the client wants, what the member is expecting from their relationship manager. There's many cases where a relationship manager will need to be more proactive with the member. They'll need to be their touch points will need to be monthly or quarterly or every 6 months, where there's some relationships that are pretty hands off, right? So, each relationship that's managed is managed on its own, based on what the member needs, based on where they're at in their life cycle. They could be in their infancy stage, they could be in a mature stage and don't need a lot of hand holding. So it just really depends on kind of the business life cycle of the member, on how much the relationship manager is in there. But the main thing is that the relationship manager is available and responsive.
Okay. And are all of these relationship managers going to be spread out amongst the footprint? Is there a central location where all of this is happening, where the commercial team is collaborating on all of these needs and responses to these members?
Yeah, I think that's a great segue and kind of a good tee up for our future plan and expansion for a commercial and private banking signature banking facility that's currently under construction on West Clearwater. And we're building a beautiful new building. It's scheduled to be, I think, completed in July of 2026.
Okay.
For the time being, we'll be centrally located within Kennewick primarily, at CFB's existing Clearwater branch and at that HAPO business complex, which is the Flash Cube, commonly known as the Flash Cube building. And we're just, staying connected through frequent meetings and touch points and stuff until we're all in a centralized place.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We're planning on having all of the commercial services employees, which is about 40 of them,
which is quite an expansion on the team.
Yeah.
Correct. And that commercial services team includes the relationship managers. That includes all of our treasury services support folks. That includes credit folks. That's analysts. That's our loan operations and loan servicing team. So it is a pretty robust team, but we'll all be under one roof. And the nice thing that we're adding to that is HAPO is going to be rolling out a new signature banking division. Okay. And so the signature banking team will also be in there. There's going to be a lot of synergy between signature banking and commercial services in a future state. So having all of those folks under one roof, collaborating and providing the best experience possible for the members, and then also going out and winning new membership from existing businesses that are in the community will just be really exciting. July of 2026 can't come fast enough.
So yeah, that location in that Clearwater area puts a strong central force in Kennewick. What is the commercial team planning to do to support membership out in other areas like, say, Yakima, Walla Walla?
Yeah, I mean, it will be centralized, in Kennewick, but the goal is to meet our members where their needs are. And so the RMs will be going to Yakima and Walla Walla, Hermiston, Vancouver, and just wherever our loan opportunities and business banking needs need to be met, we'll be there.
All of our relationship managers, for the most part, we have a couple of newer members to the team, but most of the relationship managers are seasoned experts and have banked and had membership of businesses within the greater state of Washington. So traveling for them, running up to Yakima to see a member, running up there to discuss an opportunity with a prospect is a great opportunity for them to get out of the office. And so our relationship managers really are centrally located, but totally mobile and really excited about the opportunities that they can go and learn different markets and learn about different prospects and members in other markets that we serve.
Get out there, do the handshake with the business owner.
Absolutely.
Are they taking in rounds of golf with members? Like, I know that people love to say that business gets done on the golf course.
Periodically, if that's what it calls for, so we're kind of at the prospect or the members beck and call. So, if that's a breakfast meeting, if that's lunch, if that's golf, if that's pickleball on a Sunday afternoon, we're ready and willing to meet them on their turf or our turf. It doesn't really matter, but our relationship managers are people. And so they go where the action is.
So you mentioned pickleball a couple episodes ago. We had a conversation with Mike McCall over at the HAPO Center. A lot of people confuse the HAPO Center is a different organization. We work with them. They have our name on the building, but he shared with us they have plans that they're working on for installing a large pickleball facility over in Pasco at the HAPO Center to host tournaments for pickleball. Big exciting news for that locally. Total segue, but we were excited to hear about that and sit down with them and chat. If you guys are interested about information on that one, go back, check out that episode about the HAPO Center. But back to what we're talking about here. Is the relationship manager running out there? Is that part of that signature banking that you mentioned?
So signature banking will be a separate division. So it's going to its demographic of membership is going to be typically higher net worth individuals or possibly high net worth individuals that are the business owners of the commercial services. And they'll have a different tranche of products that will be offered that will be more tailored to them on their consumer needs.
Okay.
So maybe some different lending products, different credit card product, different deposit products that will be specific to signature banking. And so they'll tether those two departments between, maybe it's the business owner or it's they're offering the services for the C-suite of the business, or it's other high net worth individuals associated with the relationship that HAPO has with HFG Trust. So signature banking will be its own separate division, but it will work in concert with high net worth individuals and business owners.
I was going to say that sounds like an additional feature being brought on to those big commercial member. Bring their consumer side over as well. Let us take care of all of those needs. Special touch type of a situation.
Exactly.
Signature touch.
Yep.
With the existing community first clientele coming over, they had if I recall correctly, a courier service.
Yeah.
Are we maintaining that feature for them as well?
Yeah, we're going to grandfather the courier service and its existing platform will remain in place. I think we're going to be adding a couple additional drivers and cars.
Okay.
We had a much smaller footprint and a much smaller membership base or customer base than HAPO had. So we will continue to carry that courier service through. It's still in its development phase on how it's going to be deployed. Existing Community First members that had that service are maintaining that service. But as we continue to come together and really working towards our core conversion of the two systems, we'll be deploying that kind of to the rest of the membership on a kind of a qualification basis and on an as needed basis. But yeah, the courier service was a great differentiator at Community First, and we're planning on pulling that through.
That sounds again, fantastic services being offered and proffered up, plans in the melding. I was going to ask, we're as of right now, about a month into this, how has the transition been from the banking world to the credit union world, as well as how has the merging of the teams? We mentioned this is a pretty big expansion to the existing team. There's a lot of people, a lot of personalities coming in. How is all that going for you guys?
Okay. You want to go?
Sure. Maybe I'll talk about what it's like jumping into the HAPO community, or excuse me, the credit union world, coming from a bank's perspective. At the end of the day, the financial services are financial services, right? The vernaculars may be a little different. What you call them may be a little different, but how they operate for a member or a customer and how you deliver them, is what differentiates yourself between a credit union or a bank or brand X down the street, right? So the transition from the bank's perspective, putting aside the technical things, right? But just from a cultural perspective and a people perspective has been great. We're both headquartered here, both founded here, both have very similar values associated with how we treat one another and what's important to us from the perspective of community engagement. So we have a lot of the same philosophies. So that stuff's been really, really easy. It's been very welcoming from the HAPO folks. Obviously, the technical component is the stuff that's kind of been the most arduous. But those things, when the right people are working on them, those things get done.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And I would piggyback on that. We did a combined teams ropes course in June. And, as I was walking away from that event, it went really well. Everybody had a ton of laughs and just everybody was encouraging. And I was just like, man, this is going to be good. Like, it's going to be, they're good people, good hearts, wanting to do the right thing and wanting to do their best. And just within the last few weeks, that's become evident even more so to me and just interactions with the team and various players. And so, from a resources perspective and, expertise perspective and just blending of personalities and cultures, I'm super happy with how things are going so far and very excited to what our trajectory can be with the people that we have.
That's fantastic. I know I asked the same questions in our last episode of Eric and Scott and got very similar responses. Eric's statement was same language, different dialect.
Yep.
So the changing over from referencing clients to members, changing this, but the heart is in the same place. Community is in the name. People helping people is the mission.
Yeah. Exactly. And we've been able to assemble just an exceptional group of people from both Community First Bank and HAPO to really carry forward the technical perspective. As you can imagine, you're bringing together two separate kind of operating systems, how each individual company operates and delivers services and provides services to their individual members. And so we had to select the right one early on in the process. And we're going with HAPO's operating system and HAPO's online banking system, which is fantastic. But obviously we got to migrate all that information in there. Yep. And we've had just a fantastic group of people that have been working behind the scenes so that when that milestone occurs, our hope is that all of the new members can continue to operate in a more efficient manner. And we've done all of the legwork behind the scenes to make sure that happens.
Have you gotten a bunch of feedback or feedback from the existing membership that's coming over about how they're feeling about the transition?
Yeah, no, they're very excited about a couple of things. One, they're excited that HAPO made the commitment to bring over, by and large, most of the folks from Community First Bank. So the folks that were working at the branches, the folks that were their relationship manager, HAPO brought them on. And so that the faces will be familiar, right? The locations will remain the same. We kept all of the locations open. So, from their perspective on who they deal with and where they go, they've been very excited. They're cautiously optimistic about what the new online banking platform and some of that things will look like. But we've been very, very forthcoming with them about what the process looks like, and we've been staying in front of them. So I would say, by and large, everybody's excited. They really like the fact that there's locations in Walla Walla and Yakima and Vancouver, and they like the fact that they have an increased opportunity to leverage other consumer products, different mortgage products, auto lending products, and that sort of thing. More opportunities to expand their financial capabilities. So by and large, excited. And so now we have to follow through.
That's right.
So what other statements do you guys have for membership out there listening, potential membership out there listening? What are you guys bringing to the table, and final thoughts for our listeners?
Well, I think what we're bringing to the table is just people. I think, both organizations have great people, and people do their banking with people, right? And I think that they can feel confident and secure that that's going to continue our pursuit of excellence. And, HAPO has our mottos, defy expectations. And, just in our short time working together, I can see that while they didn't define it as defy expectations, that's sort of their modus operandi. Mm-hmm. And that's what we really want to do. I mean, the most important piece and component of this is the people that choose to do their banking with us. And it's incredibly important, and we want to continue to do an excellent job and exceed expectations. And if we fall short, you know what, we'll own it and we'll make it right.
Yeah, we really want to be the best place to work with and within. So we want our membership to recognize that this is the best place for them to work from a financial perspective. And at the same time, we want to offer our employees the best place to work within. If they're happy, then our members are going to be happy, and we're all going to be working collectively together to make this a better place for us to live and work and play. And so just very excited about the warm welcome from everybody at HAPO. It's been a tremendous 10 months to get us here, and we're really excited that we're through our first milestone of the legal close and working towards other milestones. But just to our current members and potential new members, the best is yet to come, and we're really looking forward to getting in front of you and meeting you and helping you out with your financial services and needs.
Excellent. Amen. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm excited to see the new building when that comes around, as well as all of the expanded items that we're bringing to the table. This is an exciting new chapter for commercial services at HAPO. Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
And until next time, this has been Dollars and Cents, HAPO Community Credit Union's Financial Literacy Podcast.
Thank you.